Hi guys, welcome back to Balls Fan TV, and today we're back with another video doing the match preview for tomorrow's game against Derry City at Mount Park. It's a big game in the race for Europe as we look to respond to last week's defeat and draw to the yeah, look, I don't think many people are coming out of that game too disappointed with the performance despite the result. Some things went against us. The concession of a penalty and missing a good few chances. If we were just a little bit more clinical, we definitely would have got something from that game, and I think we definitely deserved more. But look, it's about putting that in the past now and focusing on this game against a good Derry side who, like ourselves, have turned things around after a disappointing start. I think they've won 3 out of their last 5, and they have clicked into gear, and they're only ahead of us on goal difference. We're fourth, they're third, we're both on 27 points. And yeah, it's a really big game. It's a great chance for us at home to get a win and get a 3-point advantage on our opponents, and really give ourselves a leg up in that race for Europe. And yeah, look, it'll be a tight one. I think Derry are a good side. I think we all kind of knew heading into the season they'd be up there, but they made a lot of decent signings, a lot of very experienced signings. But look, they carry goal threats all across the pitch. There's no doubt about that. Michael Duffy, Pat Hub, and we all know they love a goal against us. Even back in their Dundalk days, they were scoring goals against us all the time, and that hasn't changed since they've got Derry. And other players as well. Danny Mullins, had a decent start to the season, and they've a few other good players as well. And Tiernan Lynch, he a bit like Reynolds was probably under a bit of pressure at the start of the season, but he's managed to turn things around now, and they're well in that race for Europe along with ourselves and other teams as well, of course. So yeah, look, it's a really good opportunity for us to get an advantage over them, get that 3-point lead and build some confidence for the remainder of the season. Look, in terms of the team, I don't think anything's really going to change, to be honest, after a good performance despite a defeat. I think you look at the defence, that hasn't changed now for a couple of weeks. I don't think it'll change again. Niall Moran's done well at right back. He hasn't really put a foot wrong. Cornwall and Gretna form a good little partnership, and Flores at left back. There's no one else there that's going to take his place, so he'll stay on at left back. Going forward, maybe could we see a couple of changes like we sometimes do? Could Brennan come in? I'd like to see Colin Whelan stay up front. I think it'd be great for him to get a goal here against his former club to give him a bit of confidence to hopefully kick on and make that number 9 spot his own. It'd be really good for him to get a run going. He's only scored 4 goals. Of course, 3 of those came in one game against Waterford, and then the other came against Sligo back in April. So he hasn't scored in a little while. So hopefully he can get a goal here. Derry at home hasn't really been a great fixture for us in the last few years. I looked at a stat there online before I came on to do this video. I think we've only won 5 games against them in Dalymount in about, I think it's about 12 or 13 seasons, which is a pretty bad stat, let's be honest. And it's one that, look, it doesn't make good reading, of course, but look, it's just about putting that behind us. Really, we can't focus too much on the past. It's about the present now, and getting the 3 points here in a game that is really big in terms of the European picture. Look, at home as well, I think our performances have been really good. You look at the Shells game a couple of weeks back. We really worked hard for that win, and we've got some other big home wins as well this season. Especially when our home form was so bad in 2024. It's good to see that we're picking up points at home again. And it'd be great if we could do it here. If we can just play on the front foot like we did up in Drogheda. I expect us to get something from the game. No one could come out with Sullivan and Lamb Park there on Friday and fault the performance. It was good. We carried on showing really good energy like we have done in recent weeks. It's just the little things that cost us, not taking our chances and just being a little bit soft at the back. But if you can fix those things up here, I'd be confident that we'll get the win. I think the Dalymount will be up for it again. I think the place there'd be a good atmosphere going. And that'll hopefully spur the lads on for a win. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. Look, it'd be an absolutely massive win, like I said at the start of the video, to get us that little leg up in the race for Europe, and to really build some confidence now and carry that on into the next few games. you want to keep the good form and momentum going then into the break, and then you've got a couple of away games then after the break, and it's just about carrying on the good momentum. You don't want to let any sort of negativity seep back in. You want to keep winning. You want to keep getting results. You want to keep yourselves in the race at the top end of the table. And if we could do that here against a very good Derry side, I think we'll all be delighted. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win. Look, let us know what you think in the comments. Comment below your score predictions. And yeah, I'll see you for the reaction the day after. Bye bye.